Hello. We will wait just a few minutes. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Hi. So, what is a health and a life coach? Well, for me, it is something that is, I guess, kind of a passion. I want to help people. I want to encourage people to keep themselves accountable. I want to walk with them in their journey that they're in with health coaching. Life's tough, life is hard, but it's super important to be able to continue doing your normal daily regular life routine. And sometimes you can't do that when you are not feeling your best. So I'll go ahead and get into some of the questions that I had several questions sent to me that I'm going to answer here. Let's see here. It says, are health coaches legit? Yeah, I'm right here. I'm a health coach. So I've written some notes here, so excuse me if I look away from the screen. A health coach is going to provide you with day-to-day support and guidance. It's much like being on a sports team in high school or college, and having somebody that's going to push you to do the very best that you can do. We are not, we as health coaches, we are not somebody who's going to tell you, don't do that, don't eat that, don't have that, don't go to that party, don't do this. I'm never going to tell you not to do something. Because if I did, what's the first thing you're going to want to do? You're going to want to do it, which is exactly the way that I was with my coach too. Health coaches actually help people in a way that doctors are not allowed to as far as time. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a counselor, I don't have those degrees, would never want to take away that title from someone that has studied hard to get those positions and titles, but they don't necessarily have the time to spend with one of their patients, because they see so many people during the day. With health coaching, I'm able to set my limit and my number of people that I am able to help. And by doing that, that means that I have the additional time to really dive into what the actual problem and situation may be. All right, let's see here. So, what makes a good health coach? That's a good question. Well, hopefully, what I do will be a good definition of it. So, one of the biggest, main, fundamental characteristics of a good health coach is that, to have passion for people, for life, have a zest for life. It has the ability to tap into somebody else's motivation and figure out what their motivational factor is. What makes them keep going? What makes them want to be healthier? What in their life are they wanting to do now that they're not able to do now? And it's really about empowering someone to be able to take hold of life and lead life and not have life lead you. Let's see here. What is the next question? What should I expect from a health coach? Very good question. Well, for me, what you're going to expect is my undivided attention. I am going to listen a lot more than what I'm actually going to say to you. I want to hear what you have to say. I want to hear what your concerns are. Um, because if I don't, then I'm not able to necessarily hear and understand what it is that you're going through. Um, it my job is to give you tools and to motivation and methods and support your healthy lifestyle, your healthy journey, to give you a kick in the butt in the middle of the week, as a reminder to, hey, you need to, make sure that you're keeping your goals intact and that you are living each day and making decisions each day based on who you want to be in the future, not so much who you are now. Let's see here. Should I hire a health coach? Well, I mean, that's kind of up to you. If you feel like you're having a hard time losing weight, or you're feeling bloated, or maybe you're tired a lot, maybe you just don't feel like you've got that energy that you did when you were 20 and 21 years old. Maybe you want to keep up with your kids' daily schedules. Maybe you want to be able to play with them more. Maybe your weight is holding you back from being able to go hiking with the family. If those things, and maybe you're stressed out. Stress is a major factor. It's a huge factor in our health, and it's a huge factor with our digestive system and things that will help us hold on to weight versus getting rid of it. With a health coach, you are going to expect to have an ally, somebody that's on your side, somebody that's going to support you and love you through the harder times, love you through those times where you have thoughts of quitting or thoughts of not wanting to keep going because it's just too hard. But it is hard. Life is hard. Let's see here. A lot of times a health coach is going to work with somebody who has some type of illness, diabetes, arthritis, obesity, heart disease, chronic pain, asthma, cancer, osteoporosis, ADHD, healthy weight and nutritional management, metabolic syndrome, and many other conditions. Now, there are going to be times where I'm not going to be able to cure you. That's not my goal. My goal is again, not to take away from what a doctor or a counselor does, but it's at least going to be somebody that will go through that discovery process with you. Somebody that's going to take the time each week to talk with you, to listen to you, to understand you. And sometimes that's all you need. Sometimes you just need somebody that's going to actually understand what you're saying, what they're saying, and be able to sympathize with that. Let's see here. Why would you pay for a health coach? Why would you pay me? Why do you pay to go to the gym? Why do you pay for vitamins? Because you want to be healthy. You want to be better. You want to be fit. You want to be mentally healthy. You want to be physically healthy. So for me to pay someone that's in my position, it's going to help you make those goals of what you want more sustainable, because we're going to go at them in intervals of small doses that you can achieve, because it's very important to actually achieve goals. So setting up a goal of, I'm going to go to the gym 7 days a week, that's kind of setting you up for failure. Not that somebody can't do that, but if you're like me, if I say I'm going to go to the gym every single day this week and then I miss 2 days, I'm like, oh well, I'm done. I already messed that up, so there's just no point. Or gosh, I've eaten so well this week, and I'm going to have a cheat day, or I'm going I'm going to cheat here, or I'm going to do this. Well, if you want to do that, go for it. But if you're going to do that, make a conscious decision to do it. Don't just do it to mindlessly. Make sure that you're actually making that decision, and that you know what the consequences will be, and that you know what you're going to need to do to balance that out later on. Um, you know, Paying a health coach is basically, in a nutshell, investing in your health. So what about life coaches? Let's see, what does somebody say here? What is the role of a life coach, and what problems does a life coach help solve? So those are kind of two in the same. Life coaches don't focus so much on the health aspect as they do the everyday living aspect. Your relationships, your career, your day-to-day schedules, your stress levels, organization, which is something that I love, and somebody that's going to help overcome like the Monday morning blues, help you build confidence. What did I write? Help you figure out what kind of careers are best for you, set up your goals for, day to day, week to week, month to month, year to year, what you want to do in 5 years, help you to figure out what activities are good for you, as far as, going out with friends, or things, hobbies that you enjoy, bringing those things to light. Because a lot of times, a lot of things that I'm going to say are going to be kind of what I call duh statements. And those statements are things that you already know, but you tuck them in the back of your mind, and you haven't paid much attention to, what feeds your inner child, like what do you like to do for fun? What's mischievous, or what kind of things have you done when you were 8 to 15 years old that you just don't do anymore and don't think about? And for the bottom line for this one, it's helping you gain more meaning to your life, because it's hard, and 2020 has been pretty much a dumpster fire. So any type of help that you can get or receive from somebody is always well worth it. And as far as what to expect from a life coach, it's going to be somebody that's going to push you in the direction of a healthy lifestyle, as far as your career environment, and kind of where you see yourself in the future. Let's see, what other? So let's see here. What is the question? What did it say? Is hiring a coach worth the money? Well, I think so. I hired one, and I've never looked back. I actually, when I first started, I kind of thought it was like a hippy dippy, oh great, I'm paying somebody to, talk to me every week. But really, it was so much more than that. I learned so much about myself, and about my body, and what's good for me, and what gives me energy, what takes away energy, things that make me happy that I hadn't forgotten about, and they help you, discover what's holding you back and find the motivation to move forward. As a coach, I'm going to challenge you, to help you figure out the real meaning, the real why beneath the why. Why you eat the way you do, why you choose to do the same thing over and over, maybe career-wise, or friendships, or relationships. Figure out ways to capitalize on strengths and not so much your weaknesses. To help increase your awareness of clarity, to help you make better decisions, get your creative juices flowing. We all have a little bit of creativity in us. Some may think we don't have any, but we do have a little bit. Let's see. Okay, why is it important to get somebody to make you accountable when you should be accountable anyway? Ooh, that's a tough one. Well, if you're like me, you have spent hundreds and hundreds upon hundreds of dollars on diets, of big diet plan, big market diet plan places, foods, food services, and I went right back to it. Went right back to my regular old ways. And the reason that I did that is because I didn't understand food. When I went into a program or went into a weight loss company or whatever, I never learned any more about myself or about the food I eat or the way that I live my life or anything really than when I came out. So, it just put me right back to where I was. But by having a health and life coach, I was able to, understand my motivational factor, which is I want to be healthy for my kids. I want to be able to play with them. I want to be able to run in the backyard. I want to be able to go on walks and hikes and bike rides. And where I was back in July is not something that I was going to be able to do for the long run in years to come if I hadn't changed my mindset about how I was living. I was successful and able to lose some weight, and I was very proud of that. But the biggest thing I'm proud of is that I've been able to maintain it. And that's something that I've never been able to do because I keep in my mind what I need to do and what I need to change every day. And that's been amazing to me. That's been a huge mindset change for me. And that's, health and life coaching is a mindset change. It helps change your behaviors, change the way you think about things. And when you do that, everything else is easier. Everything that you do, making decisions, choices on, going to a drive-through or going home and making something that's kind of like that, what you were going to be ordering from the drive-through. It's very awe-inspiring. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. So those are all the questions I had. Let me double check here. Yeah, that is all the questions that I had. So to end this, and I knew this would be quick. I didn't expect for it to be really long, but to end this, my favorite quote that I learned while going through this, and I'm still learning, is by an unknown author, and it is, if you don't take care of your physical and mental health now, you will be forced to take care of your mental and physical illness later. Wow. Yeah, that's a good one. All right, that's all I've got. If you all ever have any questions or need to know anything else about what I'm doing now, what I'm up to, why health and life coaching can be so important to your life and help and be a benefit and an asset, then send me a message, email me, give me a call, let me know. All right, take care. Bye-bye.